For these 3- and 4-year-olds in South Louisiana, their journey towards high school graduation has already begun.
Research shows that children can already be behind at the age of 9 months with their learning and their development. So without high-quality programs, then children are going to continue, that gap is going to continue to increase, so children may eventually drop out of school.
Crystal Leon is the coordinating partner for early learning in West Baton Rouge Parish, which is one of 15 in the state piloting the Cohort One program. It's part of the state's efforts to revamp early education as required by the legislature. The program helps children to make a more seamless transition into kindergarten.
Cohort One has allowed us to integrate curriculum and standards from birth to 5, so that children, whether they're in child care, Head Start, or pre-K, are all learning the same standards.
Teachers at child care centers use early learning standards to guide instruction rather than random activities. While Leon admits the new approach may be challenging, it's paying off.
We see that with our pilot partners from Cohort One. The second year, things have just totally changed. They're completely involved, they've bought in, their teachers see the benefits and how just a little bit of preparation makes your day go by so much smoother.
According to data from the National Dropout Prevention Center, students are either pushed out of school due to lack of academic skills or discipline problems, or pulled out because of personal and family issues. The graduation rate of black males in Louisiana is less than 50%. 100 Black Men of Metro Baton Rouge is helping to change that statistic by targeting students in middle school. Burnell Boudreau is chairman of Project Excel.
At that age and time in their lives, peer pressure is one of the problems that they run across. And for us to intervene at that time is very important. We get involved with kids at that age, and we're trying to get them to make positive decisions on what they want to do with their lives and which way they want to go.
Members help the students chart a 5-year plan that includes graduation. Boudreau says 90% of the students earn a diploma, but that's not all.
The young men who continue in our program from middle school all through high school, we offer them a $4,000 scholarship for them when they go on to college or trade school, for them at $500 per semester.
Jonathan Jackson is a senior. He attributes all of his success to Project Excel.
If I wasn't part of Project Excel, I'd be a 10th grader this year. I wouldn't have got promoted twice. I couldn't go play. I couldn't be here. I'd probably be somewhere locked up or somewhere, because I know I've did stuff in my past, but I've looked up and I've grown over the years, and I've learned that that's not the life for me.
Another dropout prevention program called Choices is being used in Sabine Parish. The focus is on helping junior high students understand the downside of not having a high school diploma.
We bring them up, we pay them their salary, and then we allow their friends to come up and be their landlord, the electric company, and obviously the goal of the game is they run out of money before they pay all their bills. And this really makes it real for the students. It allows them to see that, hey, this is not going to be enough money for me to live the way I want to live.
Lori Morrow is dean of the Northwest Louisiana Technical College. She works in partnership with the Sabine School District and the Rotary Club to reach students at a time when they are most vulnerable to calling it quits.
Students in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grades are in what we call the transitional years. And it's very important that we keep a close eye on students at this age, because these are the times when we can identify potential dropout students and those students who have poor grades, the students who have poor attendance, and perhaps guide them and steer them back on the graduation path.
Until recently, students who failed the 8th grade LEAP test were held back. State Education Superintendent John White calls that a double whammy.
The further they fall behind, then the more likely they are to never make it through high school. So we changed that.
White says the state is implementing a transitional 9th grade.
In that transitional 9th grade, kids get counseling services, the remediation, the supports, the extra supports they need, but we're also allowing them to go on and keep learning at the high school level rather than keeping them back with the younger kids in middle school.
For children who have been expelled from school, the Rapides Alternative Positive Program for students is a path back. Principal Matt Burns.
It's really important to have a program like RAPS because we're getting those students that made a mistake, that had a consequence. They're coming to a place where we can help them with discipline, we can help them with structure, we can let them know about our expectations of how or what we know will be successful for them to go back to their school.
This boot camp style program incorporates physical training to help students earn their way back into their original schools, but continuing their bad habits extends their stay.
It's a lot of discipline over here you gotta have in order to get out. Because if you don't have discipline, you're just gonna be on the same day again.
Learn that drugs really isn't the answer, and if you really want to be successful, you gotta get an education and you gotta do something with yourself.
No matter which approach is used to keep students in school and on a path to graduation, it all begins with the intervention of a caring adult.
We have the students that are expelled, and they say the worst of the worst, but we have good kids here. We have really good kids here, and they're here, but they're here with teachers that want to be here also, that want to teach them. And I think if you just set the bar high for them and tell these students, these are our expectations and these are the expectations you're going to have to meet, I think they can put their mind to it and do it.